Flight 571 shattered in an instant. But the true nightmare was only starting to begin. Before we dive into this story, let me introduce myself. I'm Nova, your storyteller for this one. I'm here to take you on a journey, one that'll challenge what you think you know and maybe push you out of your comfort zone. So, take a deep breath and let's get into this one. I remember the crash like it was yesterday. The jolt, the screams, the weightlessness as the plane shattered. One moment we were laughing, eagerly discussing the rugby game ahead. The next, we were fighting for our lives amid the wreckage of Flight 571. The initial shock faded quickly, replaced by a suffocating despair. Endless mountains loomed around us, with no food, no shelter, and no hope. Time lost its meaning. Avalanches claimed more of our group, and each loss felt like a dagger to our hearts. In those early days, a flicker of hope kept us going, a belief that rescue was imminent. But as time dragged on, that hope began to dim. The hunger was unbearable. It gnawed at our insides, a relentless ache. We faced a choice no one should ever have to make. The bodies of our friends, once vibrant, full of life, became our only source of survival. I didn't want to do it. None of us did. But the instinct to live overpowered the horror of our actions. From the outside, those who later heard our story would judge us, unable to grasp our desperation. They didn't feel the icy grip of death closing in with every passing hour. We were humans, pushed to our limits, and we would do anything to survive. Finally, two of our strongest, Nando and Roberto, made the impossible decision to venture out for help. We prayed nightly for their return, hoping they would find something, someone. 10 days they climbed, battling the elements, fueled by sheer determination and the thought of us waiting. When they finally stumbled upon help, it felt like a miracle. As we were rescued, it felt surreal, like waking from a nightmare into a strange new reality. Nando and Roberto emerged from the shadows, leading rescuers back to us. Shouts of joy erupted, foreign after weeks of silence. But as we climbed aboard the helicopter, elation mixed with profound sorrow. We had lost so many, and the laughter we once shared was replaced by haunting memories of those we couldn't save. The journey back to civilization was disorienting. Bright lights, warm air, the smell of food. It felt like a cruel joke after weeks of cold and hunger. We were greeted as heroes, but inside we were broken. Each survivor carried a fragment of guilt, a weight we silently shared. In the days that followed, our story captivated the world. People were drawn to our survival, yet few understood the depths of our trauma. We became symbols of endurance, but the scars ran deep. Flashbacks haunted us in quiet moments, faces of our friends, echoes of laughter, the choices we made. The psychologists urged us to talk about it, to heal. But how do you explain the unexplainable? How do you articulate the horror of survival? The media painted us as brave souls, but we felt like ghosts of a life we once knew. Time passed, yet the mountains still whispered our secrets. We forged a bond that would never break, united by shared pain and resilience. The tragedy had reshaped us, transforming the ordinary into the extraordinary. Every year, we gathered to remember, not just the survivors, but those who didn't make it. In their memory, we found purpose, a reminder that even in darkness, life continues and the human spirit endures. Well, that's all I've got for this one. Thanks for sticking with me through this wild journey. Remember, no matter how dark things get, there's always light at the end if you keep moving forward. Stay strong, stay curious, and I'll catch you on the next one. Until then, keep pushing those limits, because greatness is just beyond the edge of fear.